Hello everyone, this is part 2 for the drawing of the banana post for KiCAD in FreeCAD. Yeah, as you can see, I've done a photo of what I have here. That's the actual photo. Oh, hang about. Yeah, there we go. Got a pointer. Right. So this is. I've just took a photo of what we were looking at before, and this is what we've got. And this is what I've drawn, so it looks pretty similar, I think. So I did this up to, well, let's have a look. What did I do? I did up to post. I got that. Yeah, I did that. I hadn't done that, and well, I don't know if I stuck that on. That's just a washer. And then I did the nuts, and I did that piece. So I did that. So what I thought, well, I'll tell you what I did. I'll just run through how I did the. Let's turn everything off. Yeah, get rid of that, and yeah, the nut. Yeah, so that I did that pretty much the same way as I started with the post. So I did a cross section. So if we look at not that. Yeah, why didn't that come up? Oh, right, there we go. No, what? Oh, I'm looking. I've done that. That's a freaking post. What am I doing? It's this one here. That's silly me. Right, yeah. So, like I say, I did. I chose like a plane in this direction, and I did a sketch. So it was pretty much the same way as I did before. We did the revolution. I drew the cross section through the nut. So this is a bit thinner bit for the thread. This is a clear bit, so the thing goes over, and this is where the knurling goes. Yeah, so that was pretty much the same way. So basically I started off with that. There we go. Pressing wrong buttons. There we go. So we started off with that. You can see. And then after I did that, I did the thread. So what I did is I created a sketch where the thread was going to go up. Let's just change that view to not that one. Let's go to wireframe there. So although it's on the other side, it's basically what I did was I copied the same sketch I used before, but this time, because it's going on the inside, I've started on this side. But you can see that it's going to cut. That point there actually ends about here, and then it's going to go up and cut through that bit. All I did was I did a spiral again, and you can see there it's gone up and spiraled inside and cut the thicker bit here. Let's put that back onto shade as is there, and then we can see inside that is actually just put the thread in this bit here in the middle bit. And then what I did from there then is I did another sketch, but basically let's just have a look through it again. I just did a cut. This is just a 90-degree cut that gets sliced down, and what we do is we cut that. So you can see that the slice there has just sliced one bit, but we want it all the way around there. So what we'd do, let's just go back to the other view, as is. Come on, as is. Oh, hang on, what have I done? Did I press that when I was on? Shit. Hold on. There's a slight bug in FreeCAD. Go to the wireframe. There we go. Yeah, so we've got the cut, and to do a cut, we have these things up here that can actually multiply what we've done, and one of them is this one here, which is a polar pattern. So we can do like a pattern in a well, it's round a polar. Yeah, you know what I mean. So round in a circle. So that's what I did. I just added that on there, and that multiplied all them by what? How many did I do? Where are I? 38. There we go. Okay, so that was that. I just thought I'd show that nut how I did quickly run through. I didn't want to do the boring bit that we did before. Now then, let's just have a look. So we want the post, I want that, and we want the washer, and we want the nuts, and we want the tag. There we go. So we've got that. Now what I've done is I've put a panel. Normally the way these go together, let's just do a view like that. So these bits actually insulate this post from a panel. You might have a metal panel or something that goes in there. So let's just put a panel in there like that. That's how it goes. So you'd have a panel in there, and basically how the things fit on. What we can do is, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to group all this together, and then I can move the whole thing. So what we'll do is we'll grab that, and we'll grab that plate and the washer. Oh, actually, there we go. Let's just put that in there, that into the assembly, and yeah, let's just rename that. Nut assembly. So what I'll do is we'll put the washer in, and we'll put the nuts in, and we'll put that earth tag in. Well, the connection tag, the solder tag, shall we say. And then what I can do is I can grab them all now, and what we can do is I can just move them out. So they all go. Oh, I've missed the nut. Missed the washer. Cancel. Where's the washer? Washer. Get that in there. There we go. So we can move all them now, and I can just move them out. That's how that lot goes on. And then we have this, and you can see that this actually has that recess on there. Look, that fits into the hole of the panel that you would have. So normally you'd have a bigger hole here for this piece to fit into, which then insulates. And if it's actually thinner than this piece, so if we just move that back, if this, let's get a good view on it, that is thinner than that actually goes through there. And this one, if we have a look at this, what I'll do is I'll just pick that, go there, and what we'll do is, there we go, I'll just put some transparency on there so we can actually see through this one there, So you can see that this actually fits through the hole, and this one actually fits over that. So you've got lots of play for this to fit inside. So if this was even thinner, if we go back to our panel there, let's just imagine that was thinner, then this would actually sit further inside this piece, and it would clamp and hold it all in place, and it would all be insulated from each other. But the thing is, I don't want to do that in my project, so let's cancel that, and let's just do a bit of undoing. Oh, that hasn't gone back to, let's just, oh no, it's not that one, this one I want. Appearance, there we go. Let's just move that down. I want that solid. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, that's how it would normally fit inside. You know, coming out of a box, you'd have that, and then when you took the nut off, you could clamp things on. You'd still have this indicator saying it was the red one. But for the project I want a really, really good connection between this shaft and the PCBs. I'm actually going to put it through a PCB. So what I am going to do, if we imagine this as the PCB, I'm going to do is I'm going to move that panel up to there. Let's just do a bit of fine adjustment. There. So this is going to sit directly on top of the PCB like that. If you can see that. So, because what I'm going to have is I'm going to have a really thick trace, whatever, on this. So this actually connects to the PCB track, because I want as little resistance as possible. Because if you remember, we were measuring low resistance resistors in this little project, so any resistance there is going to affect our reading. So I'm going to have this as a nice, really thick track to our current source. Yeah, that's right. So the current, there's no resistance in the current going to the actual component under test. So I need to rearrange these things. Now I don't know whether to leave these on. I'm going to have to leave them on, because what we have, if I remove those, where are we? There's the post. There's that. Let's just turn that off. You can see there that what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my PCB, so this hole here is the same size as that one there. What did I make that? Post. Let's have a look at the post. Like I say, my memory is totally crappy. There, that one, 2.4, I want it. So it was 4.8. Going into a 5mm hole. Yes, that's right. So I want 2.5, don't I? Can I remember? 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Yeah, there we go. Go to the sketch straight away, and we can see that the hole here is this one here. Hang on, what have I done? Oh, I remember. Yes. Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I actually put it in there, I think. No, I didn't. Oh no, I put it in for the 3mm. Right. So yeah. So let's have a look at the sketch. Yeah. What I've done is I've put the I put the thing for that. So let's just change that to a construction line, and we'll change this to an actual line. And then what we'll have to do is correct this one, is because it's going into a 5mm hole into it, so it's 2.5. Hey, what have I done? Oh yeah, there it is. Right, okay. Yeah, so you can see now that the hole that I'm going to put in my PCB is going to be a 5mm hole, and that's going to sit like that now. So I can see that this is all going to fit well. And so because my nuts won't come all the way, my washer won't come down past this shank here, so what we need a bit of this plastic on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all the plastic on there, and what I'll do is I will rotate this one. Is it that one there? Yeah. What I'll do is I will rotate that one. Oh, let's just go front. And then I will rotate this one here like so and move it in, because this has got the hole that fits over the shank. You can see there that this has got a hole that fits over the shank. And I will move this here like that, and then we'll get the other one. Is it that one there? No, it's that one there. And what I'll do is I will rotate that one like that and just put it on like that. Well, yeah, that'll do. So they're on this side, but what they're actually doing with this nut and screw, we're actually clamping down this metal piece onto the actual trace of the PCB, so that we're going to get a good contact here. And what I can do is I can even use this tab and just be totally sure and put a wire between the two. You know, just put a little hole here and put a wire through. But yes, that's how I'm going to actually fit it in my project. So that now brings us, we've got a completed model of how we're actually going to fit it in the PCB. And we now need to convert it to something that KiCAD can use. So when we actually do our PCB, we can bring this model into KiCAD. Now, what I could do is we can remove our panel, because that's going to be the actual PCB. And what I could do is I could actually merge all these together and make it all into one unit. But I want to give us some options in KiCAD. I want to be able to maybe rearrange these. I might have another project that may use these in a different order and actually fit them the way they should be. So what I'm going to do is actually make them all as, because they are all separate components, I'm going to make KiCAD models of them all in separate components. And to do that, what we have is, I'll bring it up actually. Well, in FreeCAD, we can get them right. We've got add-ons. We can go into add-ons manager, and you can see there I have got KiCAD setup workbench installed. So this is an add-on. You just go to KiCAD and install the add-ons. Well, actually, you go from let's have a look. FreeCAD. Oh no, I'm thinking KiCAD. Oh well, am I getting this right? No, I was right there. Yeah. So add-ons manager. That's right. That's what we want. We want that. And what I have here is filter. Oh right, yeah, it's because I've got it filtered by installed. So you go to the top here and you just go to I think any, yeah, any, is it any? Yeah. So now you can see all the add-ons that you can actually add on to FreeCAD. There was one for movement, but that doesn't exist as well. I'm going to show you something that you can actually do. I don't think it's actually. I don't think the person who wrote it actually supports it anymore. And since KiCAD has now sort of moved on, sorry, FreeCAD has moved on. It uses a newer. A lot of it is done by Python script, and it uses a newer version of Python. And the old add-on that I used to use didn't use Python. But anyway, you just go down here, and you can actually search and just PCB. I think you'll find it. And there we go. KiCAD set up, and you install that basically. And you can find it then on your workbench, which is there we go, KiCAD, and it gives you all this stuff. Now, a lot of this stuff, let's just move some of that down. There we go. All this stuff is for creating a KiCAD model, but you don't really need all this stuff because we've actually drawn the model. We only need the actual export version. We can export the 3D directly, and it's so simple. And because we just need this one here, I've put it on a special toolbar of my own here, which is what I have, so we can just go back to where we were in my parts designer. There we go. And so what we can do is we can actually create the models for KiCAD, and what it does, it creates an STL and well, hang on, I forgot what the other one is. So I need this post note. So all we do is just click on that and leave that as it is, and just go OK. And what it's going to do, KiCAD has its own colour, own set of default colours. So this is my original colour for that, and then we got new. Or we can actually look at the actual materials KiCAD uses, and we can choose one of the colours of KiCAD's, which this is red body. So if we look down, and I've got my best glasses on for this. Oh, there we go, red body. So I'll change that to a red body, and we'll go OK. And this is telling you where it's going to put them. It's so alright. So there we go. So we have a step and a scaled VRML file for KiCAD. So that's where it's created from there, and it's put it in this folder, which is basically it should be the folder that we're actually working in, and saved our model. So we can click, well, I'll copy location, and we click OK. So if I bring up my Explorer, if we bring up my Explorer, we can see that in here, in our banana thing, we have got the post note step, and we got the post note WRL. These are the ones that we're going to use in KiCAD. That's it. It's done. It's created a model of that nut. We can have a look at them if you want. So what I can do is, what we'll do is I'll create a new, and let's just drag them in. Okay. So yeah, so that's that part, and this one is actually a scale down. So if I turn that one off, you can see that this one is actually smaller. But that's the part it's created for FreeCAD. And the reason it's created two is in FreeCAD you can actually export these. Once you've made up a PCB, you can actually export the PCB you've built. But what it does, it uses this model in the actual KiCAD model, which you view on screen and what have you. But when it exports the model to, say, the FreeCAD or an STL, it actually uses this model. So it's either that one or this one. So it has the two that get created. So let's get rid of all that. So we've done this, and then so what I want is I want our post. So we'll just do the same with that one. Select it, and then we export to KiCAD model. So we'll just do all these. Now what we've got there, you can see that we used this colour, and we can create a new colour, or we can leave it as is, and we go to, so we've got metal grey pins, metal grey, we can have it a nice gold colour. I think there is a metal silver, there we go, metal silver. So in KiCAD, 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 it's going to use that colour for the actual post. Okay, it's a KiCAD standard colour, it's everything that's in this list. So we go OK with that, and it's created them in the same folder. So we've got a post WRL, and we've got a post step. So we go OK, and right, well, I'm going to do the same for all the other stuff, so I'll just pause it and do it, and then go to the next step. Yeah, right, I've done all the other stuff. I've done this, done only one nut. I've done that metal plate, I think I did. Oh, did I? No, I didn't. Hold on. Alright, let's just do that metal plate, earthen plate. Right, where are we? Yeah, that quick. Oh yeah. Oh right. Anyway, right. Anyways, yeah. So I've done that. So we've exported all. Hopefully, I exported. If I've forgotten something, I'll have to come back. But yeah, that's it. We're done in FreeCAD now. So FreeCAD, we've created our models. Let's go to KiCAD. So I'll minimise that. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. And what we have is where's KiCAD? In KiCAD, right. It's these two test points. So what I want to do is I want to actually create a footprint for these test points. Now at the moment, if I double click on that and we open up the footprint, the current footprint there, as I showed before, we've got this footprint that is has a 6mm diameter hole. We want a 5mm hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of one of these. So what I'll do is we'll go to Footprint Manager. So let's or Footprint Editor, and up here we've got the Footprint Editor. So if we open up Footprint Editor, and what we'll do is we can start with a brand new one and just create it ourselves, but what I tend to do is I like to just use a previous one, edit it and save it as a different name. So let's just put banana in there. Okay, there we go. One pin. Yeah, there it is. So what we can do is with this, we can save it. But let's get rid of that filter. What I have is I have a place where we could put it in our connectors library, section of the library, or we can put it in another one, which I tend to do. I put all my stuff in my own folder because I know it's been done by me then, really, and I don't get confused when we do an update. When we do an update, I can import my own folder. So I have this folder here, which is Tim, where I put all my own stuff in there. It's a bit of a mess, but at least I know where it is, and I know where I've saved it all. To make one of these your own folder, you go to where do we go? I think we do it in the other bit. Hang on, so in KiCAD we have a main menu, and we've got two manage symbols and libraries there, right? So what we can do is we can manage footprints and libraries here. So you go into manage footprints and libraries, and you can add your own library, your own section into libraries. So if we scroll down, you can see that I've added one here, and in here you can turn, if KiCAD takes too long to load, you can turn a load of stuff off that you don't use. You know, you can just untick these, and it just doesn't load them up when it brings up the selection box. But to just add, you just click the plus button, give it a name, and you add it, and you tell it where you want to save it, basically. So this is all saved in my circuits libraries under Tim, and it's called Tim Pretty. So yes, yeah. So that's what this is. This is me Tim Pretty, basically, and then that's everything that's in it. So what we do is we've got this banana jack one pin, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it as a different something else, if it lets me. There we go. Save as. So save as. We've got the name up here, which is banana jack one pin, but I'm going to add to it. I'm going to add to it 5mm, or 5 OD, shall I say? Well, 5mm OD. Oh, no, that's 5mm hole, shall we? It makes it pretty obvious, doesn't it? Then, and then that makes it different from the previous. But at the moment, it's been saved in connectors, but I want to save it into my own library. So I want to save it in here, so I'm going to select it there, and I click OK. Oh, you could actually create a new library here. I didn't see that. So OK, it's going into my Tim's library, and that's now saved there. And you can see that it's got its name here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to double click the hole, and where it says diameter. Oh, that's the overall diameter. Yeah, we want that 10. Well, actually, I'm going to make it 12. Tell you what, let's just go back to... yeah, I might want to put components close to it. So let's just go back to FreeCAD. And what was this disc? What was the size of that disc there? I think it was around about 10mm, wasn't it? Let's just go to post. And there's my rotation sketch. Oh no, that's my nut. what am I doing? That's the nut, the post nut. There's the post. There's the rotation sketch. Yeah. So this one here, can't see it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that one there. It's 4 points. So it were 9.2. Yeah. So let's make it 10 mil. So yeah. Yeah, so we'll just make it round it off to 10 mil, shall we? And the hole is round again, and we've got a diameter of 6, and I want it 5. So that'll change that. So that's okay. So now that is just hunky dory. It's what I want. We've got a 5 mil hole, and it's got a 10 mil diameter pad. So we just click save on that, and that's that done. Okay, that was easy, wasn't it? So what we can do is, for this part here, now we can go to our footprints. I can open a list of footprints. Instead of going into connectors, what we'll do is we'll go down into my TIM, and we'll look for banana, and we've got the banana 1 pin 5 mil hole, and we'll choose that one instead. Okay, and that's what it is. So what I'll do is I'll just copy that, click OK there, and we'll make this one the same. Yeah, so that's made that one the same. Okay, so they're my 2 test posts that are going to go in thing. But you'll notice if we just go to, let's just go to the PCB editor, and let's get everything in from my current thing. I've got some errors there because I haven't fixed anything else there, because I haven't done the switch. That's to come. I've ordered them, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the switch as well. So update PCB, close, and this is all the stuff we've got, and we can see there's a pad there. Just for now, let's just temporarily put a nope, there, select the edge cuts. Let's just put that in on a PCB, sort of like that size for now, and let's just preview that. And you can see we've got the components there, but we haven't got our posts yet, have we? So what we need to do is to do something more to our footprint. So what we actually need to do is we created all these files. So you can see there's a pair. So we've got earth plate, an earth plate there, one's a step and one's a W, so that we've got one of each. So we want all these, so let's just select all them and copy them. So if we copy all them, what I have in my circuits, and this is why I put my standard stuff, is I have libraries, and in my libraries I have one called TIM, and here I have my 3D packages. Now these are all this, see the step and the W's. So we just paste all these new ones in there. So put the new ones in here, and then I know that I can use these in KiCAD now. And because I've put them in this directory, if we look at KiCAD, let's just minimize that. We look at the main menu again. Let me just bring that up, which is our main menu. If we go to preferences, and we can go to yes, is it? I don't know if preferences. No, it won't. I'm sure it must be footprint libraries. Yes, Yes, so it's a footprint libraries. So this is very similar to the. Oh, I didn't show a schematic editor. This is what I showed before. Right, it's the same thing. And we have. No, that's from my pretty. Oh no, sorry, down here, down here. Hang on. Can I make that bigger? That's what I'm working on. No, I've got it wrong. Paths, that's it. Sorry guys. Yeah, you know what my memory's like. Takes a while to get there, but once I do remember, I remember. Yes, so you've got paths as well. And so I've created a path called My Models. I've just added it. This is a key word that if you add something in here, then basically KiCAD will use it as a path to models, and there you can see the path where I've just pasted. Let's just bring that up. You can see the path here that I've just pasted, which is well, depending on your computer. I have an E drive where I put all the crap, and so this is that path there, and that's the path there that I've put there, so KiCAD knows where the models are. Okay, so let's just minimize that and that again. So now what we really want to do is now you could leave. You could edit the master footprint. So this is the footprint, right? So that's the footprint, what we currently have, and all it is a hole through the PCB and a pad, and you could modify that by going into footprint editor and edit that actual thing in your main library. But as I was saying before, this is going to be a custom PCB where I'm going to arrange things differently. Let's do both things. So right, yeah. So let's go into our footprint editor, and this is our main library. This, and we're on this same one, and we've now got properties for this. So if we go to here, we go to footprint properties. In footprint properties, what we can actually do is add 3D models. So we don't have the default one there. Let's just bin that. And what we can do now, this is our current footprint, and this is going to be our master library for this footprint. So whenever we choose this footprint, this is what we're going to get, if that made some sense. So we'll just go we can do plus and then do a thing, but this is shorter. Just go to just go find it. Now this is the default footprints that comes with KiCAD, so we can see that we're in KiCAD and KiCAD 9, and we've gone down to share, and then we're in KiCAD and then 3D models. But like I say, this library, if we put it in this if we had put it in this library, it wouldn't get updated when we update or reinstall KiCAD. What I've done is I have actually put it into let's just go here. We've got E, and I've put it in circuits. Remember where I put it? I put it into circuits, libraries, and then we put it in my Tim's library there. So if we look in my Tim's library, and then we look into my 3D packages, we can see everything that I've made here previously and what I've done when we're looking for banana. So why don't we see banana? No, we don't. We don't see banana. I'm adding the things to the banana thing. God, I'm an idiot. Right, hang on. Right, so what we need to do is, if we look at go back to FreeCAD. Right, you can see that let's start the way I'm going. Let's start with the post. Right, so what I called it a post, didn't I? That's what we're looking for there. So if I go to look for post. Post, there we go. So you can see that there's a post step, right? So we can look at that. That is the one that it uses when you export it. You can see it there. But the one that we actually use in KiCAD is the WRL. So you want to be using the WRL. So that's the one that we want to use. So if we select that one, and you can see, because I used, do you remember where I set the origin underneath there? You can see now that sits in there perfectly, doesn't it? So that sits in nice. And then we want to add another one. I want to add the cap as well, don't I? What did I call that? I think I called it post nut. Right, yeah, so post nut. That's what we're looking for. So let's go into here again and go for post nut. There we go. And it's the WR. It's that one that we want. That's the one that we've just imported. So we go OK with that, and that's gone in there. But you can see that when I drew this, I drew it with that to the edge. So let's make that bigger. Can I make that bigger? What's just happened? Oh, I can't make it bigger. Oh, I can resize it here. I can't double click. And I can't change that either. Alright, okay. This is because it comes from Linux. Yes, so if we look straight on it, at it like that, you can see that it starts there, but we want that nut above the thing. So you can do some offsets here, and we want the Z, so let's just raise it up. Let's just give it a bit of clearance and see the nut underneath. That'll do for me. That looks alright, doesn't it? That's how it's going to look when it gets brought into the PCB. So what we want is the other side, and for the other side what we did was this one, which is identify a post B. So right, the normal way. Yes, the normal way. We're doing it the normal way. So we're not doing it this way. So we're going to put this A on first, identify A. So what we're going to do in this is we're not going to do that either. What we should have done is put identify A first. Right. So let's get that then. First, identify A. Have I actually done that? What did I call it? Oh, identify a post. Alright, so we're looking at we're looking for I, aren't we? Yes. Identify post A, and we want the SWL. Right, so let's just hide the others for a minute. So we go up here. Right, so that post, that is in the correct place, because it's as if it was going into a panel. And then our post, let's just look straight on at it. Our post would actually sit on top of that. So let's just go with a Z offset, not that one, with our post, that one there. Yeah, so that would actually sit like that, wouldn't it? And then our nut would be somewhere there. Yeah, that's what we'd look at. That's what it would normally look like. And then we want the identifier B So we go to I again, HI, identifier B, WRL, and we get that. Let's just look straight on, and that one is going to go down a bit, isn't it? Yeah, so that's going to go like that, and that's going to go. Oh, oh no, 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 no! I've just realised. No, this is the 5mm hole, and that actually needs a 6mm hole. Oh God, I totally crapped up there, aren't I? So let's just. No, this is going to be how, with the 5mm hole, it's going to be how we had it before. Oh God, right. So the B, that's going to rotate like that, and then I'm going to stick that underneath there like that. That wants to come down maybe 0.6. Maybe 0.7. Oh no, 0.6. Well, I'll put it at 0.7. It's a bit clear. Yeah, that looks right. And this one, I'm going to rotate that, and I'm going to move that down to there. What we got there? 0.1, 2, yeah, it's 0.1. Well, actually, what I'll do is 0.15. Just put a little gap there, just so it looks right when you look at it. And let's put the post back where it was. No, that's the nut. Where's the post? There. Put the post where it is, and put the post nut. Yeah. Well, you're like, show all the mistakes. And so we're, yeah. The reason I'm doing it this way is because this way I've got the actual, because it's this pad has got the actual 5mm hole in. For the proper way, it actually needs a 6mm hole in, doesn't it, or a 7mm? I don't know. Anyway, we're looking for a nut. Did I call it a nut? I must have called it a nut. I'll minimise that so I don't grab that again. Oh, there, nut assembly. Alright. Oh, that's right, because I didn't put that in there. That should have gone in there. I must have gone back. Sorry, I'm just mumbling to myself. Nut. M4 nut. I'm looking for M4 nut. So we look for the M's. H-I-J. M4. M4 nut. There, that one. So we got OK with that. And let's get a nice look on the edge. Bring it down. And just wants to, that's too far. 2, 3. I like to leave a slight gap, and then it looks sort of right. That's what they tend to do when they do the stuff that covers the PCB, because otherwise you get a really shadow effect. Let's stick another nut in there because we're in the right place. So M4 nut WRL. Let's get another one. Bring that one down. Am I doing it right? Yeah. Keep going. Now let's bring it a bit further down, because what we want is earth plate. There we go. Yeah, so we want this earth plate. That's what I've called it. Where are we? So let's look for earth plate. earth plate, and we want the WRL. Okay, so we've got that. I think it's there somewhere, so let's just bring it down. Has that got a little gap? Now let's just put up a 1 there. Yeah, just a tiny gap. Let's get that nut back up there now. Too far. So what's that? Let's try 1, 2, 3, 1. There. Let's go try there. A little small gap. Like I say, a little gap. So there. That's how we're going to do it, aren't we? Now that looks something like what we're going to actually. Well, it looks like what I'm going to fit into my project. Obviously, you can make another a footprint with them rearranged differently. But that's why I've kept them all separate, so you can actually make up your parts out of separate pieces, and it's just not one bit that you can't move things. So what we need to do is just click OK with that, and we click Save here, because it is this footprint that we're editing. It was just the properties where we added that. Oh, and also in the properties, what we can actually do is we can go to General, and you can actually put a description in there. Let's go banana post, and what we also need to put in there is 5mm hole, and I'll just put in here, so rearranged post insulators. There we go. Yeah, don't like that. Dyslexic. This is a thing of me being dyslexic. I like I capitalise the start of every word. No, it's just a thing, guys. Right, so yeah, you tick these if you want them to be viewed in the actual PCB, but I don't, so just leave them as that. Let's go description. Get 5mm hole, so it's not that one there, and we can put that in description. There's two descriptions, because one is actually in the is one that's actually shown on the PCB editing. It's shown in the actual thing, and the other one is the description for if you're adding descriptions. We've got choices here, and it's a through hole, so you want to make sure you've got this correct for the actual part. If it's a through hole, you need to change it to an SMD. If you want to be, if it is an SMD, it just shows that later on in the when it makes up the model, the Gerber files, that it creates the right type of Gerber files. And you can exclude things if you want, like from bill of materials and stuff, if it's something that you're going to have temporary or anything. But anyways, that's the basically. So we go OK with that, and save it again, because we've saved it. Now we can close this editor. So I've closed the editor, and we bring up our PCB. There's nothing's changed on here. If we go look on the model, the 3D model, nothing's changed. what we need to do is actually update this from what we've actually done. So if we go to tools and we go update footprints from library, and we do that update, and it's updated that one there, you can see. Close. So now it doesn't look any different because this is just PCB. You only get one view on a PCB. But if we look at the 3D model, we should now see that it now shows our thing in there. Now why haven't I got it on the other one? Let's go back to the thing. So that's that one, which is that one. So I copied that, okay. Oops, wrong one more thing. Yeah. Okay. Right, and so let's just save that. Let's go back to the model. Let's go update from PCB. Update. Alright, it's done switch. No, let's switch. Pad 3. Let's have a look. Don't get it. Test point 2. Delete. In fact, actually, what I'm going to do, I don't know why it isn't updating. Right. Copy that. Paste that. Rotate it. Stick it on there. Oh. And just change the name. I don't know why it didn't do it when I did it before, so yeah, because there's some errors in it. I don't know. No idea. It should be the same as the other one now. There we go. In fact, actually, oh right, yeah. Actually, I want one of them to be black. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we do. I do. I want a black one, don't I? Right. So, what we're going to do? Let's go back to our. Not that. Oh, well, I can go here. Footprint editor. Right. So we've got that. We're still on the same one here. Tim Jack pin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save that as red. Okay, and we're still in my folder, so yeah, so it saved it as red, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete that one. Which means it's going to totally screw up my thing, because now we don't have them. So what these need to be is, hang on, which needs to be this one here, because I don't have that. What I need to do is go and find the red one. There we go. So that's the red one. So what I need to do is save this as black. It's still red, but I'm just making it a black one. Okay. And what I need to do is we need to go back to here, and what I need to do is to change these colours of these three pieces to black. Well, the thing is, if I change it black, you're not going to see all the details of the stuff. So what I tend to do is just slightly off black. So what we can do is select the nut again. So go to post nut. I'm not going to change it here in the in my model. I would change it if I was going to draw it into another model, but because we're going to create a KiCAD model, I can do it when we create a KiCAD model. So if we just go, well, actually, what I'll do is, yeah, because it's going to choose this name. So what I'll do is I'll edit this name, and we'll call it, and I'll put a B on there. Okay. So what we can do when I do this one, it'll call it B for black. So we'll go OK, OK. Now it's going to ask me this red colour again, but this time I'm going to go to body black, if I can find it. Metal grey, oh, black body, there we go, black body. It is actually an off black, is that, but it's the black that they use in KiCAD, so it'll be fine. And it's put it in that same folder. So, oh, and it's actually changed it here, never mind. Where are we? So what we want is, yeah, these two. So post A, alright, okay, I'm just going to stick a B on the end of this one. F2. It's just an identifier, right, so I'll make that one as well. Okay, and I'll put a B on the end of this one. And we'll just create a black body. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? So I'll just minimize that now. And what I will do, right, we've got banana red and we're on banana black at the moment. Alright, so we're going to our property. No, we don't. I need to copy them files, don't I? So you need to go in here. I will leave them names as they are, but I might go in at a later date and call them, put an R on the end of them for red, but you don't want to bother seeing me doing that. What we need to do is, actually, let's just stay there, and we'll go this way. Components, mechanical, banana. Oh no, I've changed where I put them. I put them into connections now, so we've got banana connections. Banana post, and we should have the identifier post A. Identifier post A, and then there's the one with that's black, and that's one pair. And then identifiers PP, and there's the other pair, and then there should be another one. Not there, that's the other pair, isn't it? So we copy them, and we go back to here, and we paste them in. So we've now got the black versions. Minimize that, and so we go into the properties of our black one. We go to our 3D models. So at the moment we've got all the. Oh, you must be able to modify that. Oh, there we go. Right. So yeah, so let's get the black nut. What I'll do is I'll just I'm going to make it exactly the same. So what I'll do is I'll just add the 1, 2, 3, the 3 things, this 1, 2 and 3 things on, and then what I'll do is I'll just copy the positions that I've got. So what we're looking at is the post nut, post nut black, that's that one. And what we got, where's the post nut there? So the post nut there was 2.5. Copy that, paste that, and then we got the post nut there, and we'll bin that. There we go. So we got the black one now. And then what we want is the post identifier B. Oh, post identifier A and B, but we're going to have the black ones, aren't we? So post, sorry, identifier HI. Right, identifier A, black. Okay. Hang on, I'll just get the other one. Identifier B, identifier B, black. That one. Okay. So A, I rotated what minus 180. And also A, and B, that was rotated as well. And B was there. So what we can do is get rid of the A and get rid of the B, and that just leaves us with the black ones. Right, so we've now got a red and black. So we go OK with that and save that. So that's saved. And what we can do is for this negative one, what I'll do, it won't find that, but if we go down in here, banana, black, and choose that one. OK. So save that, and what we'll do is we'll just get the, and we'll update from the PCB, update, close that. So in theory these two should be red and black now, so let's have a look. Yes, there we go, we've got a red and black one. Perfect. So yeah, that's how we import into well, we create our own parts. I hope you found that interesting. What I'll just say is the reason I do this, you see, if you were just getting these made and you knew it was just going to be a post on there, you probably wouldn't need to do all that. But like I say, I just want to emphasize, I do like to see that what is going to be fitted is fitted, because if we look at something like, well, I'll show you my well, most complicated thing I've done so far. Let's go to KiCAD again, FreeCAD. You see, when all right, hang on. So when you see that, so say I had all these in, these were all in the right place and this was the right size, and I was going to put this into a model, I can actually export the actually built the built board, and I can export that back into FreeCAD all made up now as well. And what I can do is I can fit it into models I make, and so I'll just give you an example of a typical no, it's not a typical model. Right, I can save that and I'll close that. Let's open up one of my robot. If I put it in here, there's Tim2. Oh, I don't think I've exported it to KiCAD version 1. In that case, I don't know how this is going to look, because yeah, I don't know how this is. No, let's have a look at that one. Let's find out. But yes, the reason why... Oh yeah, I knew it was going to come up with loads of errors in here. The reason why I like I said, I build models of the PCBs exactly as they're going to be, is so that when I actually fit them into a project, I know they're going to fit. And this is the best example I've got. Takes a while to load because there is a lot to it. Maybe I should have paused. Hang about, I'll pause and wait for it to load. Well, do you want to see how long it takes to load a big model? It says it's on 99.9%, but yeah, that's a frigging lie, isn't it? So I honestly don't know how long it's going to take until it actually pops up. Oh yeah, hang on, 16, 58, 59, 50. I'll pause. It took about another minute until it was all loaded, but like I say, this was drawn in an earlier version, so it's there's I need to sort a lot of crap out, really. So yeah, it's like my robot here. It's quite big. I'd say it was about maybe 2-3 foot tall. Anyways, but this has got some detail, even like the tyres as well, like there. So, but I just wanted to get my point across by actually making components actually as they are, so that when I put them in sort of like a model like this, can you see that I've got boards and components inside here, and when I put them in the side the model, I want to be able to see that the components are actually going to fit like this. This is a tight spot there, look. You can see that I want to be able to see that the component will actually fit inside my model and not foul it. So to me it's very important that I actually do draw the actual boards that are made as they are, so that I can see that things are not going to actually foul the other components. Like I say, I'm sure there'll be somebody saying, you don't need to do that, you don't need to do that. I do. Like I say, there's an Arduino board under here. Well, actually there's more than an Arduino board under here. I've actually got a sensor. That was a very tight fit there, but there's actually a sensor in there as well on a board. But you can see I actually need to see that they can actually fit where they're going to fit. And it's the same when I'm making mounts as well, you see, so that when I make a mount, I know that it can actually fit between something and another thing. But this is another way of showing off what I do. Like there, you see, I've got a mount that actually there's no screw holes in this thing, so I actually had to design a mount to mount it. But knowing where the components are, you can see that it's not going to get fouled. Yeah, I don't know if I can show any other things. So pretty much. Oh yeah, and I think like inside here as well, inside the arm, I've got some little circuit boards here, but I need to be able to see what is where, and the components. It's like that sensor on that board. I need to see that it actually fits in the actual model. That's the difference between what I do and just making just a plain circuit board. I actually put components inside things, and oh yeah, and there's the head. So the head, there's actually moving parts inside here, but I need to be able to see that they can actually fit inside, and there's room for them to fit. Anyways. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Well, I hope it was interesting to somebody who might want to actually make their own components. And another thing about drawing my own components as well is I've got a drawer full of ancient components. You know, if you look on the internet these days, normally manufacturers are now, with the data sheets, are actually giving you 3D models of their stuff, and what this does, it enables you to just go on site and download their actual model and import it into whatever program you use for creating your PCBs. But for the older stuff, like there's some stuff that I got, you know, from like, well, for me it's like 40 years ago. You're not going to find a drawing of a component that was made 40 years ago, and the component will still work and do its job, but you may need to fit it into something, and you need to actually draw it. Anyway, I'm wittering on again, so yeah, I hope that was of some use to somebody. Catch you on the next one.